let me show you how I use these gaps to not necessarily get into a trade, but to keep me from snuffing out the trade and cutting into my profit. So in pretty good shape here. Had a big bar up here. Got in on this one. Got in on that one. So in on two bars, and now it comes time to take some profit. Not take profit, but protect my profit. So instead of slamming my stop right here, I put my stop down here, and that's because there is a gap to fill. So one of these bars will come down in here and keep going, and we've seen that 100 times. So this will hopefully protect me from having that situation occur. And as for the other stop, I just want to make this a positive trade, win-win trade. So as you see, if I come get stopped out here and here, $56 on the first contract, minus 18 on the second one, and that leaves me with a profitable trade. And then if it comes down into this bar, I'll look for a reverse. But if it comes all the way back down here, I'm not going to stay in this trade until I lose all my profit. So that's kind of what I'm working on. And just to see how that plays out. Okay, so I hit my first profit. Now I'm just going to sit tight because still that gap is in play. But I got guaranteed profit. Now I'm going to just watch and see. And if there's another gap created, which there is one right here, I'll come up and use that as my stop. So that'll be a very big trade. Okay, so it came and filled the gap. You see that? Now what does it do? Now if it's reversing, it'll go right through that gap. But I've already guaranteed a big amount of profit, but I'm not going to move until I see what it does with this. If it goes up out of that, there it goes up out of it. And it may come back in and test it a few times. And now you're looking at maybe a second entry. If it does take you out, now to get back in, I'll look at a second entry. And remember, it may come into that gap again. Haven't seen the first entry. But anyway, that was a good example of, I thought, maximizing my profit, because where before I would have snuffed that thing out after that first little pullback and been done. Here, ran up all the way, and I came up and maximized a lot of profit, which we had to do to pass these tests. As you can see up here, this 2 or 3 day run is going pretty good here. I feel very confident about decisions I'm making, when to get in. For instance, even if there is a second entry, I'm gonna see if that second entry is a sizable bar. Okay. Now, I'm not looking for shorts, but remember, I was looking for it to come down in there again. There it is. Came down, rejected. Now, if it clears that bar, I'm in again. Because there's your first entry, this will be second entry. And this would be a clear example of how price returns to those gaps. So if I go in on this one, my stop will be right here underneath that gap. could have been a second entry, but it didn't stay above. If it goes through that and stays above, I'll make it two contracts. Okay, now it's come down below that. So now I expect it to come down into this gap. And I'm watching that gap now. So I'm not doing anything up here unless I get a big green bar off of these this pullback. Okay, there's a big green bar. Created a gap. Get another one, I'll punch in. But I'll need to stop back here because I hadn't filled in that gap yet. Okay, this could be it. A couple more ticks, I'm in. Okay, came down into that gap. See if it continues on up. Big turnaround. Nothing yet. Looking for a big green clearing bar here. Like right on the verge. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. And it created a gap there. See how big a gap. Okay. That created a pretty sizable gap. So I'm not going to do anything with my stop loss. I'll leave it right here under this bar and the gap. So kind of double covered there. And, and if it's in chop, it won't even think about gaps. So it came down into the gap, reversed up. Okay, big bar. I'll take it out here. There you go. Nice profit. And the reason I took it out, there's no need of me to ride down all these gaps. Let me draw them out for you. Okay, just came into one. Not quite. Did it? Yeah, yeah, okay. So it's one right here, and it's one right here. I'll draw them out. Okay, it's one right there. And as of now, it's one right here. there and one right there. Okay. All right. See what it do. And if you think about it, waiting for the pullback gives you your biggest bang for the buck because it'll pull back and get strength from the 21 and the gap. Two different kind of traders. So if it hits this one and goes up, I would consider that the rally base rally. And we've had one, two, three new all-time highs on what was that 24th was Tuesday, 25th Wednesday. Wouldn't take anything above this right now. Well, I guess there's your first entry. But I'm looking for these big bars. Because I want to be behind institutional money. I don't want to be out ahead of it. And I'll stop this and just kind of give you an idea of what I've been working on.